A woman receives a panicked voice message from the man she loves. His bodyguard has been attacked. His enemies are closing in. He needs emergency cash wired immediately or his life is in danger. She transfers tens of thousands of dollars without hesitation because she has seen his private jet, his luxury hotels, his bodyguards. She has no reason to doubt him. What she does not know is that the voice message was sent to multiple women simultaneously, and the money she just wired is already funding his next victim's first date. Shimon Yehuda Hayut was born in 1990 in Bnei Brak, Israel, far from the diamond-studded world he later claimed as his own. Official passport records and court documents confirm his true identity, not the glamorous Simon Leviev persona he adopted. For years, Hayut introduced himself as the son of Lev Leviev, a name synonymous with global diamond wealth. The real Leviev family, blindsided by his audacity, issued a public denial in 2021 and filed a civil suit to stop his use of their name. Their lawyers called his impersonation brazen defamation, warning authorities and social media companies that no connection existed, no blood, no business, no legal tie. Hayut's deception was not limited to a stolen name. His criminal record in Israel began long before he ever posed as a diamond heir. In 2011, police charged him under Penal Code sections 463 and 466 with fraud, forgery, and theft, after he cashed counterfeit checks stolen from a former employer. The indictment detailed forged documents and fake IDs used to open bank accounts. Released on bail, Hayut vanished, leaving behind unpaid debts and angry creditors. Every claim of inherited fortune, every luxury post, was a carefully constructed illusion. Hayut had no fortune, no legacy, and no ties to the world he flaunted. The real Simon Leviev existed only on forged documents and in the stories Hayut spun. His greatest asset was the LIE itself, a mask worn so convincingly that it shattered trust and left a trail of victims questioning what, if anything, had ever been real. A Tinder match was only the prologue. The real performance began the moment the conversation jumped to WhatsApp. Within hours, the script shifted from casual introductions to a relentless flood of affection, voice notes, heart emojis, and promises of a future together. Every message felt spontaneous, but investigators later uncovered entire templates recycled line by line across dozens of women. Compliments were tailored to each profile, but the core pitch never changed. Instant intimacy, urgent connection, a sense of destiny. The illusion of wealth was built with the precision of a stage set. Photos arrived showing private jets gleaming on tarmacs, 5-star hotel suites with champagne on ice, and a bodyguard, always looming in the background, sometimes even armed. None of it belonged to Shimon Hayut. The jets and hotels were paid for with money wrung from previous victims, or booked with stolen credit cards and then canceled as soon as the photos were sent. Even the so-called gifts, designer handbags and diamond jewelry, were props, sometimes never delivered, sometimes returned after a single photo op. Each new target was drawn deeper by the spectacle. He sent boarding passes and luxury restaurant receipts, many of them forged or digitally altered. The pace was relentless. A match on Monday, a WhatsApp call on Tuesday, a lavish dinner invitation by Wednesday. By the time any doubts crept in, the victim had already been swept into a high-gloss fantasy where trust was manufactured, not earned. This was emotional engineering, executed with chilling efficiency. The sense of safety came not from reality, but from the sheer scale and polish of the fraud. No one suspected they were funding the next act of the con. Cecilia Fjellhoy remembers the moment her reality collapsed. The messages, the promises, the whirlwind romance, none of it prepared her for the months that followed, when she found herself staring at a bank statement showing £185,000 in debt. 10 loans, each one a lifeline, thrown to a man who claimed his life was at risk. The banks did not care about the luxury hotels or private jets. They wanted their money. Cecilia was left with nothing but a mountain of bills and a name that now felt like a curse. Pernilla Sjöholm's story echoes the same heartbreak. She trusted Simon with £103,000, money borrowed in her own name, money she would never see again. When the panic set in, it was not just about the lost cash. It was the realization that every detail, every urgent plea, had been rehearsed. Even the watch he gave her as collateral turned out to be fake, a cold reminder that the man she thought she knew was nothing but a ghost in designer shoes. Aileen Charlotte lost £25,000, a sum she tried desperately to recover by selling off the luxury clothes Simon left behind. The labels were real, but the life they represented was counterfeit. She still owes thousands on credit cards, each monthly payment a reminder of trust betrayed. These are not just numbers on a page. They are years of repayments, ruined credit, and sleepless nights. While Shimon Hayut posed in Ferraris and private jets, his victims were left to pick up the pieces, trapped by debts they never truly chose. The scam did not just steal their money, it stole their sense of safety, their faith in love, and their belief that justice would ever catch up to the man who robbed them. MogulFlix exposes financial predators like this every week. Subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay ahead of the next con. Investigators followed the money, and what they uncovered was a machine built for self-perpetuation, a fraud so efficient it nearly ran itself. From 2017 to 2019, over $10 million moved through a hidden network of shell companies and intermediary accounts, each transaction erasing the fingerprints of the man at the center. Every private jet, every champagne-soaked hotel suite, every so-called gift was not a symbol of wealth, but a receipt, funded by the last victim's wire transfer or the one before her. The illusion was a closed loop. Money came in from desperate, love-struck women and was instantly laundered through accounts in Cyprus and the United Arab Emirates, then spent on the next round of luxury bait. Bank chain analysis revealed a pattern as cold as any spreadsheet. One wire from London would land in a Cyprus company called Leviev Capital Limited, registered to a rented mailbox, then bounce to a Dubai account under a different name. From there, the cash split three ways: jet charters paid in Malta, hotel deposits in Paris, designer goods in London. Investigators mapped the flow with a forensic schematic, arrows looping from victim to shell account to luxury vendor, then back to the next target. The same funds that bought a dinner in Oslo paid for a flight to Munich or a handbag in Milan. No legitimate business, no diamond empire, just a carousel of recycled pain, spinning faster with every new mark. The scale was staggering. 57 separate transfers, some as small as $2,500, others as high as $150,000, all feeding a single pipeline. The money never lingered in one place, and neither did Shimon Hayut. While his victims scrambled to explain debts to their banks, he was already posting another first-class selfie, ready for the next round. The real luxury was not the lifestyle. It was the impunity. And as the investigators' schematic grew more complex, so did the sense that the system itself was being gamed, not just the people inside it. On May 12, 2019, Greek police moved in at Athens International Airport. Simon Leviev, traveling under yet another forged Israeli passport, handed over documents that didn't match his real name or birth year. But the biometric scan told a different story. Interpol's red notice flagged him instantly, wanted for fraud, identity theft, and using a fake Israeli ID in Spain. The forged passport he carried, number 8402125, was just one in a series of aliases. Greek authorities, acting on months of coordination with Israeli and European counterparts, took Leviev into custody without incident. The arrest report described a suspect calm and unflinching, barely acknowledging the officers who had tracked him across borders. Within days, extradition proceedings began, setting the stage for his return to Israel to face charges. The international effort to capture a man who had left a trail of shattered lives was now a matter of public record, no longer a rumor, but a fact stamped on every page of the police file. On December 5, 2019, the Tel Aviv District Court handed down a 15-month prison sentence to Simon Leviev for fraud, forgery, and theft, crimes that left a trail of ruined lives across Europe. The judgment was explicit. The term was non-suspendable, the damage undeniable. Yet the reality inside Stihia prison told a different story. Leviev served just 5 months behind bars before the COVID-19 emergency parole program swung open the doors. The law, meant to thin out non-violent offenders during the pandemic, became his golden ticket. Restitution orders and a 150,000 shekel fine remained on paper, but the man at the center of a $10 million fraud walked out early, his time cut by 2/3. Victims who still face years of repayments watched as the architect of their misery returned to freedom in less than half a year. The system, designed to protect the public, handed him a loophole instead. Tonight, Simon Leviev walks free, flaunting luxury. Cecilia, Pernilla, and Aileen face debts he engineered. Justice barely touched him, and the real cost is borne by his victims. In a world that rewards deception, who pays the bill? For more investigations, subscribe and hit the notification bell.